What's up, everybody? It's me, Erica, and we are down here to talk about the T.S. Madison Experience Season 1, Episode 1. I am so happy for Maddie. I feel like I am reviewing a television show about somebody that I know. I have been a supporter of Maddie from before the Queen's Court with Kaya. I have been a, a fan of Maddie forever. Um, and I am so proud of her. I am really proud of her because she is the first Black trans woman to have a reality television show on a major network like WeTV. And it's so weird because I feel like I know Craig. I feel like I know Chi Chi. I feel like I know Maddie. I feel like I know Miss Mary. I feel like I know all of these people, and it just warms my heart that she is able to just transcend all of this, no pun intended, but just to really, you could just see her damn star just fucking rising, and I'm so here for it. As you all know, if you haven't been on my channel for a long time, you can call me an ally, you can call me a cousin. I am in full support of the LGBTQ community. I do not tolerate any intolerance, any hate, anything towards that community. I don't tolerate it at all. I will not tolerate it here. I will not tolerate it in the comments. If you make a comment that is disparaging or violent or dangerous or hating, you will be blocked and the comment deleted, of course, right? So I wanted to come down here and review the show because I feel like we should review the show. We should talk about this because she is making history. And there was a time, I don't know what I was watching, where Maddie made a point that there was a time where they didn't even want to see Black people on TV. And the fact that this is a Black trans woman coming out with her own show, and it's really about her trying to get to the next level in terms of having her own talk show, right? She said Oprah and Wendy, Wendell, Bartholomew, Orenthal, all of that. Come on, we already know what it is, but she says they don't notice. So I'm really proud of her. T.S. Madison has a infectious energy. She just is very, she's a Libra. She has that magnetic, people are drawn to her because she's so fun. She's so fun. She keeps it real, and I love the fact that she comes down here when people mess with her and stuff and she gets people together. I love it. So I've been following Maddie for a long time, and I'm just really, really proud of her that she has her own show. I'm so y'all don't. I was watching it the whole time, just smiling. Oliver, even my son was like, "Who is that? Don't we know him from somewhere?" And talking about Oliver, yes, from Chasing Atlanta. So it's. I support the community. Period. So like I said, I'm letting y'all know now. If it's any kind of anything hateful in the comments, I'm not. I just that's not something that I will tolerate. That's not something that I'm gonna look past. That's not nothing. And I'm just letting you know. So we are here with Madison, and we're going to get a glimpse into just her journey to trying to, be the first Black trans woman television show host. So the show is centered around her family, Chi Chi, Craig, Allegra, who else? Oliver, Miss Mary. I already said Chi Chi, right? So it starts off that Madison and New York. New York is also on the show as well. We all know who New York is from Flavor of Love. You know how she started. She's the HBIC. We know that she is really the original reality show villain or whatever. But we still use New York gifts to this day as reactions. She's just an icon in her industry. She has also made history. Like you can't not give her props, right? So Madison's thing is that she wants to ask Tiffany to be a permanent guest or permanent co-host on the Queen's Supreme Court. So she's having a conversation with her, and Maddie's sitting up there in her bed with her mask on, and they're just talking to each other. And they really do have a great energy when we watch them on Queen Supreme Court. Whenever she is a guest judge, it's always a good vibe. They always have a really good time. They really do have a good energy with each other. So she's talking about how she's going to come down there, and when she comes down there, she wants to ask her to be a permanent judge. So we also get a glimpse into kind of behind the scenes of them filming an episode that just happens to be a year ago. And that's so crazy because that episode that where they had those technical difficulties, it was if you go to Madison's channel, it was literally a year ago. And I'm so proud of her. I feel like somebody that I personally know has succeeded, and I'm here for it. We get introduced to Chi Chi. We know Chi Chi is Madison's daughter, and Chi Chi has been with Madison since he was 16 years old. We also know when they were showing the clips of Chi Chi and baby LaTanya showed up, we know who LaTanya is. Ow, LaTanya. Come on. So I'm here for all of this. Then we get introduced to Craig the writer. And we know that it is always between him and Madison. They always have this lighthearted bickering between them two. They go at each other, but it's very lighthearted. You can tell that they really have a good love for each other. Craig says that, Madison doesn't pay him enough to say that I work for you, but we collaborate. And you can really see, I wonder what sign Craig is, because Madison is a Libra. And Libras, it's just like la 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 la. But Craig kind of is an anchor. He's the showrunner, right? He puts the docket together. He sometimes helps Madison when she, needs a little bit more detail on the story. He has done like a little bit more research on the stories and stuff like that as he presents for the docket. So he's explaining how, he's a crucial part of the show and things like that. And he's always plugging his book, and he said he got 5 stars. All his book got 5-star ratings and this and that. I follow all of them on Instagram. I don't really care about too many people, but I follow Chi Chi, Craig, of course Maddie. And so Miss Sophia is on this episode of Queen Supreme Court, and they have some technical difficulties. And of course Madison, who is a perfectionist, she wants to make sure her shit is right. And I'm sure she wants to make sure her shit is right because there's so many people who aren't happy or don't want to see somebody succeed. And so when you know that, you're aware of that, you're like, I need to make sure my shit is together because I don't want these bitches saying nothing about me. And I would see that's why she couldn't do it. So Maddie is real, particular about how things go. And it is frustrating when shit goes down and you on a live and you recording live and things go down. It is frustrating. So we could see that. I don't know if Craig sent I don't know what he sent over, but it seemed like the file was corrupted. And so everything shut down. We get to see Mo. Mo very rarely makes an appearance because he is production. Just recently, I've been seeing Mo, in the morning show, kind of come on. Because it's just been recently that we've been seeing Mo. We always hear him in the background laughing and them cracking jokes. He's from Nigeria, or he's Nigerian. And, they're always cracking jokes and this and that. So we see Mo, and he's trying to get everything together. Maddie has an audience in there, too. We know that there's an audience to get feedback from. We hear the laughing all the time. And so she's visibly annoyed by it. But, yes, they push through. Miss Sophia's there. I have never seen Miss Sophia out of her drag. I have never seen Joe before, ever. I was like, what? I couldn't believe it. I had never seen Joe. But so Miss Sophia was there. We love Miss Sophia. We know Miss Sophia is also an icon in her industry as well. If you've been down south or lived in Atlanta, Miss Sophia used to be on Frank and Wanda show. I don't even think Frank and Wanda is on at all. Maybe Frank is still on, but Miss Sophia used to be there all the time. Miss Sophia is very funny. So we see after the show is over, they go into post-production to have a conversation about the show and what went wrong and what happened. We see Oliver there. Now, Oliver is in charge of Madison's media, right? So he does the intros. You know, Madison's intros are on fire. That's Oliver Twix. So he does that. So we love Oliver. He's so cute, very talented, I'm telling you, that boy is talented. Talented. So he does all of Maddie's media stuff, right? After they're done with the show, they are eating. Everybody's eating. Miss Mary is in the kitchen making food. We always see Miss Mary making food. Madison shares with us that Miss Mary is everybody's mama, right? She makes everybody feel at home. She's always making food, making sure people have a plate. Make sure you say your prayer. Make sure you pray over your food and this and that. And so they all sit down. Now, Miss Mary is going to be a very important character in Madison's series because Miss Mary represents, well, she doesn't represent, Miss Mary is, of course, Madison's mother, and she's a Christian woman, right? And from the South, right? So, you know, they have particular views about LGBTQ issues. We know that in our community, you don't even have to be a Christian, but you Black people there's a underlying issue of anti-trans, anti-gay, and it's an issue. And this is another reason why Madison's show is important, because it also allows people to see that this woman is a woman in this world and should be treated with respect. She should not be treated less than just because she's trans. And this is another reason why this is just a very important show. So Miss Mary kind of represents that, you know, Black Christian woman from the South who probably has particular views. And now you have a child who is trans. And so we see some clips of her kind of crying because she is explaining how she, you know, gave birth to a son and now she has a daughter and how it was hard for her. And I think it's important for her to be able to share that story, because your transition, it does affect, it's something personal for you, of course, naturally, but other people are affected by that. And so we're going to get a chance to hear Miss Mary's story. Miss Mary is funny. She has her Mary-isms, and we already knew. My favorite Mary-ism is trance. That is my favorite Mary-ism. It's my favorite. She had Penimum. That's for the panini. And what else was it? What else was it? Strew. The people be strewing. So cute, so cute. So they're going through the post-production, and apparently Craig sent the corrupted file or whatever. But again, we see the bickering, the lighthearted bickering between, you know, Craig trying to be the, you know, showrunner, get everything together. They're kind of messing with him because he's not there when they're getting everything together. He's like, listen, I don't need to be here. You guys are playing in hair and makeup. I don't need to. It's no reason for me to be here. Maddie was trying to talk about, she wants a residency, right? She wants people to be able to come, like an attraction, a tourist attraction, and she wants to find a location for her residency. And then when Tiffany comes, she'll be able to ask her if she will be a permanent host, a permanent judge on the Queen's Supreme Court. So now we get to the scene where they're opening fan mail. Miss Mary and Madison are opening fan mail. And this, for Maddie gets this dress, baby. I love the fact that you do see this Southern Black Christian woman with her trans daughter, you know, going through the mail, and then them just having that just kiki, and her being tickled by that dress being so short, and then say, girl, if you bend over, that's gonna be surprise. It's gonna be a surprise. And it's so cute because I'm sure she wasn't always able to make those kind of jokes with Maddie, and I think it's great to see that. So Maddie opens a letter. It's so beautiful. Let me tell you something. The letter just basically says that as a Christian woman, it's so important that she is representing, you know, that person who is going with Madison along her journey and loving her despite of what society decides or is saying how we should treat trans people, and how it's very important that she's there. That's why I'm saying this is going to be a really good experience for everybody, especially Madison's mother. Like, because in our community there is a issue with gay and trans people and trans women, and it's just black men and women have a problem. I wish we would get out of it, and I wish that we would understand that you don't have to place yourself in a position to say that I've struggled more than another group of people and therefore I don't need to support them, or if they get rights it's going to be taken away from me, when when it's just, I don't know. I think this show is so important. That's another reason, because at first I was just going to enjoy the show. I was just going to enjoy the show and support Madison, but then I was like, you know what? I am a black cisgender woman, and there's probably not going to be many of us reviewing this show. And I just wanted to review it. Like I was telling my sons, I said, I want to review it because in history, when they go back and they look at footage of who did what and this and that, I want to be able to say that I was talking about this because this is historic. For me, it's historic for the community. A black trans woman with her own reality show. Come on. And Madison is she's just not, and she's just so special. And so she has this magnanimous energy that it's just, this was bound to happen. And based on what we have traveled on this journey with Madison, who have been there from the beginning, through all of the hurdles, through all of the breakups and all of that, we've been there. So to see this in this different aspect, to get a little more intimate view of her life, it's going to give people a different perspective. And Miss Mary being there is very important. Okay, so Allegra, is her name Allegra? Allegra, that's her name. Her and Craig are going someplace to look for locations for the residency. Craig has some apprehensions about the location because he feels like they should travel instead of having a residency, because usually when you're from someplace, I know Atlanta is a tourist. It's not really a tourist attraction, but it is a tourist attraction. So I kind of see where he's coming from. I think Madison going to where her fans are, it helps. Like they were touring for a long time, going everywhere, and people packed out and packed the houses out. If you're in Atlanta as a tourist attraction, let's go to the T.S. Madison show. Do enough people travel to Atlanta who want to see T.S. Madison? And I think that's fair. I think it's a fair concern. I also think it should be taken into consideration. How many people travel to Atlanta? How many people want to see T.S. Madison? Who is going to come to every show? Who are going to be the guests? I mean, and that also depends on the guests. They were talking about how New York is a draw already. Tiffany is a draw already. So that's great. So she's going to have T.S. Madison fans, New York fans, people who love them both come to see them. But is it enough people to continue to have a residency? And I understand. But Allegra says, listen, this is what Maddie wants. We got to deliver. We work for her, even though Craig says they are collaborators. So now we're sitting down with Chi Chi and Oliver and Maddie. I guess Oliver is editing something. There's a lot of footage and Maddie wants him to hurry up and post it. Right. Madison comes in there while Chi Chi and Oliver are sitting down editing. I guess Chi Chi is just watching. Baby, we love Chi Chi. We love LaTanya. Baby, when I tell you I love Chi Chi, especially when Chi Chi laughs, it's just so funny. And I just love everybody on this show because everybody just gives it to you. It's just, it is what it is. We're here. We're showing, a different side of Madison. I'm here for it. So she wants her shit posted. And Oliver is like, I got a lot of stuff to go through. And she said, I don't give a damn. Get my shit posted. And then Oliver says, well, good morning. Because Maddie just came in there like, listen, we got we got shit to do. And she wants her shit to be up. And I don't blame her. I don't know who it was. Somebody was asking, is Madison a micromanager? I don't think she micromanages, because I think that she knows that she has people in place that she can trust and who is not going to have her shit looking crazy. But there's still the pressure of being, how they always say, we live in a society as Black people, we got to do 110, 200%. We can't just give that mediocre 75% that the other kids get to do, right? We got to give 110%. But a Black trans woman, she got to give 150, 175%. You understand? So there's a pressure there that my shit has to be on point, and I'm not playing. Get my shit up, okay? So that's where she's coming from. So now we sitting there with Miss Mary rolls up in her chair. She explains that Miss Mary moves around in her chair because she has rheumatoid arthritis. I think some of us knew that. We always see her cooking in the kitchen and sitting in her chair and cooking and stuff. So they're sitting down and they started talking about Madison leaving home, and Madison explaining that these were choices that really she had to make for herself, and she could not worry about or wait for anybody to accept her. She had to learn how to find herself, and sometimes you got to leave and get away from everybody, find yourself and learn to love yourself, and that's when everybody else loves you. And how much do we talk about self-love being the most important love? Like the love, and like I said the other day on Twitter, like, yeah, we're nurturers, women are nurturers and this and that, but you got to nurture yourself sometime. You can't take care of everybody else and forget about yourself. And when you start loving yourself, and when you realize that the things that you need are not from the outside, and it's really everything that you can heal yourself from the inside out, then you exude that energy that Madison exudes, right? And you get that infectious, like, God, I'm just so drawn to her. Why is it? Because she loves herself. And that's what happens. That's what happens. And so they talked about when Madison was little, how they used to be doing like this, like, and you know how it is. And that's another thing. When Miss Mary said that was, I just thought, I'm like, how could you not think? We have seen, I know in my family, if I was able to recognize when somebody was little that they were gay. You can tell. You just can tell. And the fact that Miss Mary said when Madison was little, they used to be doing like this, because And so that's another way that you understand that's not a choice. This is just who the person is. You understand what I'm saying? So I think that was kind of important. I don't know if they realized what they did when they made that statement, that people can tell when you're little. You just know. I know I'm able to look. My friend in elementary school, Brandon, he was gay. I knew it. I just knew it. I knew it. We played hopscotch together. We made up dances together. And as he grew up, he's gay. And that lets you know that if it's presenting itself it's so young, where there's this influence or this agenda or anything else, and it's just inherent in the person, doesn't that tell you something? Like, come on. It's not something that's learned. It's just innate. It comes from inside. So Miss Mary talked about how it was so hard for her, and it was difficult for her because she gave birth to a son, and now she has a daughter, and she didn't understand, and she didn't get it. And then also being taught one way and being taught how to respond to homosexuality. We have been taught a certain way how to respond to that. And it's hard if you've been indoctrinated to feel a certain way about a group of people, and now that person is your child. Can you imagine? And so she had to unlearn a lot of things, and expresses that she's still learning. Madison also expresses that she's still learning. Even the terminology when she was growing up didn't have the language. We didn't have the language that we have now to speak about these experiences of other human beings, right? And that's why the show is so important. I'm here for it. I'm here for it. I'm here for it. So Ms. Mary says that it felt like losing a child to death. And that was a really intimate moment, you know, and I'm sure there are people watching that are like feeling the same way Miss Mary feels. This is so important. This show is so important. And I'm so glad that with the importance of this show, it's a black trans woman at the helm of it. Like we always do. Like we always do. Opening the doors, opening the doors, opening the doors. And I just think it's incredible. Miss Mary said, you just changed. You changed. Madison said, I blossomed. I said, I know that's right. I know that's right. Yes, I was in a cocoon and I had to blossom and open up and spread my damn wings and be myself for myself. There's so many people who are living in their own shadow because society is governing their existence. And we have to make space for people who decide to live outside of the confines of what society tells them. I'm not gonna cry. Baby, baby, so Oliver is in the back still editing this footage. Madison is traipsing down her land, honey, walking through her land, walking to the backyard, and she sits down with Oliver. Honey, I don't know what happened to the chair. I don't know if all that ass bent that chair, but Oliver ended up throwing it in the bushes. So cute. So cute. Oliver said, I wish she would just give me my room, lift her titties off my back, and let me work. Baby, when Madison tried to get her ass off that damn chair, she was like, wait a minute, bitch. She was like, hold on, girl. Because the chair was kind of on a slant too, going to the back, all that would have been all she wrote if Madison had fell in that damn chair. Then what day is this a filming and you didn't already fell down in the damn chair on the damn people's cameras, girl? Come on, Myrtle, get out the chair. Yes, come on, all of this. Oh, let me tell you another thing that I also liked is that like they do like Madison gives you like a little education where she says TS stands for transsexual, and trans is short for that. So when you see TS, that's what you know. I thought that was very cute too. I like the little part where you know, the little pop-ups of their like the green screens. They do the green screens. I like that too. Very cute, very cute. So now they're in the living room, watching the news, and this is at the beginning of Caroña, right? And so everybody's watching the news, and Miss Mary is the one that is the mother, right? And so she is really concerned about what's going on in the world and saying what you got to do. She already knew what you need to do: wear your mask, social distance, wash your hands. She was telling them all what to do, and so Madison talked with Chi Chi because Chi Chi is still out in the streets partying. We already know. We see Chi Chi's Instagram and stuff like that. We've watched Maddie in the morning and talking about Chi Chi was out last night. Can't come back because, you know, Miss Mary has rheumatoid arthritis. So her health is important and we know that. So they were, Chi Chi said, I'ma still smoke my weed. I'ma still go out. I'ma still do what the I want to do. I'm grown out this pitch. So Madison sits down and has a talk with Chi Chi and tells Chi Chi that, you know, you can't, to just be careful. Don't y'all love Miss Mary's interview look? She got her hair on. She got her lipstick on. So cute. Baby, Miss Mary said she hadn't had sex in 27 years. Girl, you are a virgin, okay? Virgin Mary. 27 years, girl. But she said she said she can't watch nothing on the TV. She don't want to watch nothing to get her hot and bothered, okay? We might have to get her some bedroom candy. Oh my God. Miss Mary is going to be a comic relief, but she is an integral part of the show. I guarantee it. Chi-Chi's looking like, I don't know what y'all. And that was a lot of people at the beginning. They're looking like, you telling me I can't do what? I'm sorry. That's not what's happening. We love Madison's look. Come on, bitch, with this leopard cat suit. Chi-Chi out in the club smoking and drinking and dancing with men. Don't bring none of that shit back here. Where Miss Mary said, I care about my life. Okay? So I know you young, you gonna do what you want to do, but don't bring that shit back here to me. I know that's right. So then we talked to Madison. Everything's going on with Corona, and New York calls Madison, lets Madison know she's not going to be able to, come out. And I think we were able to see, people who follow Maddie, we were able to see, how the Queen Supreme Court kind of, they went. Let me tell you something. One thing about Madison, she went from Queen Supreme Court, she can't have guests and stuff like that. Then she started making Maddie in the morning. We're not stopping. The show, it has to go on. It has. I can't have a court show right now. We go through the docket. Then we're going to do a morning show and go through these dockets, okay? I know that's right. Anyways, y'all, that was it. I loved it. I was here for it. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you haven't watched it, T.S. Madison Experience on WeTV. So we'll see you guys next week with the next episode review. Take care of each other. Protect your energy. And again, I am so proud of Madison and what she's doing within this realm of media. It's needed, and I'm here for it. So shout out to Madison. Shout out to the Maddie Mob. All of y'all go support your girl, share all her stuff. She's also a guest judge for the last few weeks on RuPaul's Drag Race as well. All right, y'all, take care of each other. Protect your energy. Peace.